We're on the home straight, visiting the last group of outstanding buildings on the long list that are straining every sinew to take home the big prize. 6 homes have made it to the shortlist so far. Today we're looking at the last 5 from the long list grouped together under the theme of materials and craftsmanship.
That's a glorious thing, like a sculpture.
Later in the show, we'll find out which of them will bag the remaining place on the shortlist. Then, at the end of the program, we'll find out which house has scooped the great title. Our first buffed house is found in the metropolis, the posh bit.
This, very fine Greek revival house is not it.
Nope. To find it, I've got to lead you up the garden path.
Yeah. Wow, that doesn't disappoint. That's a glorious thing, like a sculpture.
This is House in a Garden. Its funnel-like roof rising between the buildings that surround it on all sides. This overlooked little spot used to have a 60s bungalow on it. When it came onto the market, it caught the eye of the architect Gianni Botsford, who handily lives upstairs.
After 15 years, we found it came up for sale and thought we should really do something with it.
To deal with this tricky location, I think Gianni took inspiration from an iceberg. The funnel is just the tip of a 3-story, mainly subterranean home. The lowest level is 8 meters below ground, with a swimming pool, yoga room and a living space. 1 floor up, and still underground, is the master bedroom, guest room and bathrooms, and 2 deep and very necessary light wells. On the ground floor are the lids of the 2 light wells, and the kitchen and living space. It's all topped off with that funnel roof reaching out of the shadows like a flower. Its offset shape was computer-modelled to follow the path of the sun, bring in light, and afford privacy from the houses that overlook it. This is an exquisitely crafted building. The RIBA judges admired the quality and refinement of materials and deftness of detail. The copper-covered roof may be redolent of 1960s churches. Inside, however, it's all cathedral fan vaulting.
And whoa, that is remarkable. This is an absolute marvel.
That view of the sky is amazing, isn't it? To have that.
Completely.
You just kind of get mesmerised with it.
Yeah.
What's to make me do is lie down and just
Yeah.
look at the sky. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to. You know, I like lying underneath domes.
Yeah.
And this is like, oh heavens, it's even, it's better. It's as satisfying as lying underneath the dome of the Pantheon.
That's a good one.
You like that? I bet you would.
Yeah.
I thought you would. The project was financed by a property investment company who bought into Gianni's high-spec range of pleasingly tactile materials. A bespoke copper kitchen, crying out for some fingerprints, behind which sits a flight of stairs lined with huge fluted tiles made of Carrara, the Italian marble from which Michelangelo carved David. Did you go to the quarry and choose it?
We did, yeah.
It's quite an extravagant thing to do, isn't it?
I mean, it is and it isn't. I mean, if you think about this in 50 years' time, it will be exactly like this, I think. Generally, the materials here we've thought of in those terms as kind of not now, but over time, what will they be?
Yeah. The first floor below ground level contains the guest and master bedrooms, where the exquisite selection of materials continues. A lot of beauty here. This is an entirely timber-lined room,
Yeah.
with an enormous metal box in it. They're like walk-in industrial fridges, these, because of the stainless material, but actually they're so, mirrored behind. Exquisite stuff. Not out of a catalogue. Could never be. Of course, the ensuite is also marble-lined, fit for a visiting Roman demigod, and with a view into the light well that runs down through the house. So this is the hanging garden from
upstairs, which now makes its way down here, and below as well. Another extraordinarily large, beautiful room with a pool.
Yes, well,
Yeah, as you would.
you need a pool.
So how light is it? I mean, look, it's 5:10.
Yeah.
It's gone a little bit cloudy.
Well, if I turn the light out,
Yeah. But it's beautiful.
and it's a very different experience again
Yeah,
in the
it's
house.
very different. This is magnetically kind of blue,
Yeah.
this, isn't it?
And then you swim towards that light. Quite a few aspects in this house where you're taken away from things you're used to and experience something new. And
Yeah.
that's one, being in a marble-lined pool with this kind of very
Yeah.
concentrated light.
It's not every day, is it? You do that, no. So you might be thinking to yourself, I will never, ever be able to live in a place as beautiful as this. Well, neither will I. But that doesn't matter. Because throughout history, people have put up buildings to be inspirational, to be exemplars, to show us the way forward. And just occasionally, people have put up buildings as idealized as this, to simply take our breath away.
Coming up, the final 4 contenders for the RIBA House of the Year 2019.
Oh my goodness, that is magnificent. I mean, you have a complete ribbon of window wrapping around your entire house.
For the next long-listed house, the design expert and writer Michelle O'Gundahin is among some slightly bigger sticks, the oaks of Chevithorne Barton in Devon. There are 440 species of oak here, so it's probably the largest oak arboretum in the world. It was started by Michael Heathcote Amory, and when his daughter Jessica came to build a house here, it could only be made of one thing: wood. This jolly wooden wedge, lined with a timber interior with an eye level set at tree height, is Greenhouse, now home to Jessica, her husband Jason, and their 2 children, Jonah and Isadora. It's even built on the site of an old wooden prefab.
Hello,
Hi.
nice to meet you. So there it is. As you approach, it's beautifully concealed by all these gorgeous trees.
That's one of the things the architect wanted to do most, was to create something that fits the landscape. And it looks like you're quite high up and it feels quite sort of treehouse-like.
Unlike a treehouse, Greenhouse has been built on 30 concrete piles to stop it sliding down the slope. On the lower ground floor, built into the hill, are 2 bedrooms and a family room. Then on the upper ground floor, there's a TV room at the back of the house, then the entrance hall, leading to an open-plan living dining area. On the upper floor are 2 more bedrooms with bathrooms, and a double-height space looking down onto the dining area. And the whole thing has been coated in larch that's slowly turning silver, apart from where it's been protected from the Devon weather. But there are no sweaty men in small towels. This is a light and elegant space, the main middle floor of the house, a wedge of a room that opens out into an amazing 270-degree window. That giddy sense of height is mirrored above your head, where the ceiling part gives way to a void that extends right up to the apex of the building. The staircase leads to the delightful balcony and library above.
We felt it needed to be opened up a bit, and as it happens, it works really well. It means that these rooms up here are interconnected, and you get a real sense of who's in the house, and you feel quite together as a result.
The glazed middle floor cuts across the building like the filling in a house sandwich, but these aren't the only views to be found. On the upper floors, the bedrooms enjoy corner views for the children, or for the adults to enjoy a soak while losing themselves in the leaves. On the lower level, the playroom and spare bedrooms have slot windows with ground-level views. And if you're not worried about a vista, then head to the narrowest point of the building and its cozy den. The RIBA jury said that Greenhouse abounds with character and personality. The personality behind it is the architect David Sheppard, who was longlisted for his own house, Cobb Corner, in 2017. The interior has oak flooring, birch plywood shelving, beech stairs, and Douglas fir door frames. The outside is clad in larch, which David wanted cut into narrow strips for variation. For the carpenters, David Skelly and Daniel Acton, he was as demanding as a cabinet maker, specifying 5 angled cuts on every length of timber. That added up to 3 months just spent cutting and fixing the cladding.
I don't think the clients actually realised how long it would take. And in fact, myself, I didn't realise how long it would take. But in actual fact, I think the end result speaks for itself.
Among all the beautiful detailing and the variety of timbers, David did manage to find a place for some particularly special wood in the dining table and staircase.
About 5 years ago, we had a big storm down here and 2 big beech trees fell down at my parents' house just down the road. And my father said, take it away and dry it and you might be able to use it in your house.
The resulting stairs and table rightly form the centerpieces to this home and are a link to Jess's father.
He was very pleased that we wanted to live here and have a house here because it was so important to him.
And it's a shame he didn't get to see the final, the finished article, but I think he would have liked it.
This grown-up treehouse not only honours Jess's father's legacy, but also celebrates their mutual love of wood. And with the exacting guidance of their architect, they've created a home that's completely at one with nature.